OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode from the Outcasted OC. As you can see, we are here with a full house finally, for once. How is everybody feeling on this fine Thursday?
I'm feeling good, man.
Or
I'm
Friday
feeling
if
really
your
good.
name's Courtney.
I'm feeling alright.
You have to be special.
Not the usual setup, but you know, we make do. We make do with who we are.
Reese, why have you spawned shades? That's
Yeah, I
the real
was going to
question.
ask Reese, where did the shade spawn from?
Because I'm about to block out any hatred towards my decisions for these nominations. They've got to be one.
So he's going to pick Cody Rhodes for every single one.
I'm just blacking out the haters.
That guy had spoons on his face. This is Reese doesn't have spoons. He is a spoon.
You're a nail. Shut up. Anyway, carry on. Let's go.
Anyway, so this week we are here to discuss the categories for the 2025 Slammies. I have all the categories and nominations below in front of me on my phone. We're going to go through them, who's been nominated, and then decide who we think should win it. And I think the Slammies are going to be the weekend of WrestleMania, if I'm correct.
Oh, cool.
Cool, man.
I believe
no,
so.
no.
Anyway.
The weekend of WrestleMania is looking stacked, man. Like, it's that whole week, actually.
Yeah, it's looking really good because we've got SmackDown, Hall of Fame, Stand and Deliver, Slammies, WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2, and then the Raw after WrestleMania. We also have they're doing the roast of WrestleMania this year as well, on Sunday night after WrestleMania, which I'm really intrigued to see what that's going to be.
I don't even know if the only way we're going to be able to see it if like people bring like handheld cameras in there, because I don't think they're streaming it.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
I hope it's streamed or aired because like that's a missed opportunity. Because I'd love to.
Yeah,
see
I would
the
imagine
comedians
they're going to
go in.
stream it because I can't see why they wouldn't.
The roasts tend to get like pretty controversial, so I can see why they would like rather not. Like, there's probably going to be like some explicit non-WWE friendly shit there, to be honest.
But also, like, if there's going to be that, why would you want to do a roast if you can't go? Cross the line.
I was going to say, WWE will probably post some clips from it anyway.
Yeah.
Who's hosting it? Is it Tony Hinchcliffe? Is that him?
I'm not sure.
I don't know for a second, and I was like, fuck. That's crazy, dog.
Anyway, shall we jump into these categories then?
Let's go.
Yeah. This is going to be all new information for me because in the last 3 weeks, I've been incredibly off the grid. So
there's 12
I'm excited for this.
What have you been doing, you terrible wrestling fan? What else has been going on in your life?
Getting fucking married, you prick.
Hey, Courtney.
Sorry.
Courtney, all you need to know about the past 2 months of wrestling is CM Punk is main event in WrestleMania, baby.
That's why I said someone give me a Pepsi.
with Roman Reigns.
Hate it.
Thank you to
No one
Roman
cares
Reigns.
about Roman though.
But he's got to say thank you to Roman
I care
Reigns.
about Roman.
But you're also ignoring the other person who's in the main event as well, too.
So yeah, what's the first Slammy award anyway? Yeah, move on.
Alright, let's get into it, guys.
Right. So the first category is Female Superstar of the Year. And the nominations for this are Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, or Io Sky. So we'll hit it off with Ross first.
I mean, I'd pick none of those at the current moment.
But it's for the last year, not now. It's the superstar of the last year.
It's difficult because some of them I wouldn't even put in there. There were some people that were doing exceptionally more work I was more interested in. It's kind of a. Wait, did you say Chelsea Green was in the list?
She did.
Correct.
Oh, then Chelsea Green. Yeah, 100% Chelsea Green. Then I was gonna say because if we're basing it off this year, it kind of sucks. No NXT women were put in that because I'm sorry, some of the NXT women have been doing the God's work. They have.
There is a separate category for NXT people. Am I wrong?
Hopefully,
I think there might be. I think there. If there
There's
isn't,
an NXT Superstar of the Year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine then.
Is it just NXT men and women, or
No, they're all in one category.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
give a shit. I'm gonna nominate 2 people. I don't care.
Nominate 1 male, 1 female. I think we should do for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, why would you have them in the same category? That's not fair.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but yeah, if we're gonna go off that, I'll say Chelsea Green because like as soon as she got the build up to going towards the US title, and then since she's had the US title, I have been fully invested in like the whole gimmick she's now got of having the what is she calling them?
Secret Hervis.
Yeah, that's it. Secret Hervis.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's so
I
good.
love
For the
love
green
that.
regime. I love it.
Green
I fucking
regime. Yeah.
love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
I think just in terms of Chelsea Green in general, and I think we've been saying this for a long time, but Nick Aldis during his interview with Chris Van Vliet said it best. Like Chelsea Green is the perfect example of somebody who maximizes her minutes. Like you give this girl 2 minutes on TV, she's going to give you everything she can and more. She does so much on social media to push herself out there for people to see. She continues feuds on the internet and like that kind of way as well too, and she just definitely knows how to get the audience's attention, which is definitely why I think she's in the position she's in, but also she just is an incredibly hard worker, and I'm so happy she's getting this moment because she deserves it.
Absolutely.
You can tell who she's married to because both of them know how to get each other over, unlike the internet.
Yeah.
Cool. That's funny. I'm kidding.
No, I'm serious, dude.
No, I
Like,
know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
finding the comedic side of it, but also you are being honest
You are
about it, and that's true.
factually correct.
Yeah, he's factually correct.
Yeah.
It
Like
checks
two
out.
peas in a pod.
Woo.
Reese, what are your thoughts?
Easily, without a shadow of a doubt, there's only one person that can win this, and you can love her or hate her, but it's Liv Morgan.
Knew you were going to say that.
Since last year, since the start of if we were doing a 365-day review of Liv Morgan's career, it has been absolutely phenomenal. You had like the build up to WrestleMania, which was a bit lackluster, I'll give you that. However, her performance in the Elimination Chamber last year was pretty good, and then you had the whole coming out of WrestleMania on the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. Everything that she did up until SummerSlam was pure gold, trying to get Dominic Mysterio away from Rhea Ripley into the corner of Liv Morgan, her eventually taking over the Judgment Day, her subsequent title reign, which people said was really sent to the it was really in the shadows compared to what was going on in the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio, which I disagree. Like it or not, the women's title was in the main event pretty much every single week while she had the title. You can make the argument that her rivalry with Rhea Ripley stunted it at the end of the year. I don't care. They still had pretty decent matches. She won the what was it, like the Champion of Champions trophy or title at Crown Jewel
ring or whatever it is. Yeah,
you've got that, and also she's the current women's tag team champion. So her career and like her momentum hasn't really slowed down. So it's got to be Liv Morgan for me. Like she's been the most consistent person of the past year. I think you could probably make an argument for Nia Jax in terms of how dominant she was last year, but I think she's petted out in the past 5 months. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan for me.
I think Liv was in a position last year where we had the likes of Becky Lynch had left, and then Charlotte Flair was out with injury, Rhea Ripley was out with injury. You're in a position where there is a top spot and you have to have people clawing and fighting for it. And I know that I've given her a lot of shit in her time, but that's just because I'm not her target fan. But I do agree with Reese in saying that, Liv Morgan definitely had a stellar 2024. If you look back to how she was in 2023 and then tell me how she was in 2024, I wouldn't believe you if you told me that's the same person. Because you definitely took that opportunity. She had the company behind her. She had the machine behind her. And she was definitely just like doing everything and anything she could to get better. I do think that the title reign, when it came to the constant rematches with Rhea, definitely stunted that. I would have loved to see another couple of women be put in the position where they could have vied for a title and given Liv some fresher feuds going into her reign and coming out of it. They're still wrestling each other on the house circuit as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's undeniable that they've got great chemistry together in the ring. And we referred back to Chelsea Green, what we were saying about her before. I think the same can be said about Liv Morgan. Talk about someone who knows how to maximize a minute. And I say, especially during the WrestleMania to SummerSlam journey. Like the segments on Raw with her and Dom, etc. were gold.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, if we had the likes of, as I said, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair in the equation, I don't think that Liv would have had that spot. But it's actually a really good thing that she did, because I definitely think that she has given herself a new lease on her career and a new lease on her gimmick, and people are now invested in what she's going to do. So I'm totally down with your decision. I think it's a great shout there,
Yeah,
Reese.
it's valid. It's 100% valid, and I think a lot of the fans have like spoken quite actively about that now. Like, even if you're not a fan of Liv, everyone has kind of collectively agreed she has done a lot of good work. Like, both me and Courtney have ultimately said we've not ever really been Liv Morgan fans, but her work has shown the company pushing behind her. Like, when I've seen Liv Morgan matches, I've not gone, oh, I'm going to skip through all of it now or anything like that. I've still sat and watched it and found something interesting about it that I can still enjoy, which previously, when she had the title and it was going against Ronda and things like that, I just couldn't stand it. At least with this time, I've enjoyed it, especially maybe the fact of it was constantly going with Rhea and the involvement of Judgment Day. That kept me a lot more interested, but I think that's what really helped her this time, was having
it just goes to show you, though, dude, like a simple little switch in character can do wonders for your career.
100%. Yeah.
She went from this like happy-go-lucky baby face, and then she went like, oh, I'm hardcore, and those two things didn't work out for her. And then all of a sudden she started to be a bit vindictive, like kind of utilize her assets, like take that statement however you want. But she did do that, like to like get into like Dom's like line of sight, like use what you've got. And like, she's good on the microphone, whether you like it or not. So she's utilized everything that she's had, and she's created a new character out of it.
And the two characters that you expressed at first, in terms of, you know, the one who won the cash-in of Ronda Rousey for the title and the hardcore gimmick, that was also booked under somebody else as well. So I'm not saying the booking in terms of the creative direction is to blame or to give credit for, but I definitely think in terms of the Triple H regime, you can say whatever you want, but the characters, they make more sense. They have a lot more layers. There's a lot more understanding as to why someone's turned from a good guy to a bad guy, or has decided to go back to the good side. And I think that Liv Morgan is another example of somebody who got the benefit from Triple H's creative control, because he understood what her character was and what it needed to be and how to get her up the ladder in that regard. So, I mean, that definitely helps as well.
Definitely. Cool. What's your thoughts then?
I mean, if you know me, you would know that I would go for Rhea, but she was out with injury for quite a bit last year, so I am taking that into consideration. So I have picked Tiffany Stratton. You cannot tell me 2024 was not the year where Tiffy Time truly became a thing. Me being present at Elimination Chamber to see the birth of Tiffy Time during that Elimination Chamber match, the crowd felt electric during that moment, and I just felt like this shift in terms of this is the next superstar that we're going to see WWE invest their time into. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that, you know, she did really well in the match. WWE continued the momentum with her after that point. She won the Money in the Bank. She had a really good storyline going in with Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, and then she obviously cashed in on Nia Jax as well too at the beginning of this year. And she's done a lot with that title so far, and I'm really enjoying her as a character and what she's bringing to the table. When it comes to the whole Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton moment, I do have other thoughts, which I won't give in the podcast because I'm not really thrilled about that. But I do think Tiffany Stratton is another example of somebody who, if you give the ball to her, she will run with it and she'll do amazing things. And I do think we are seeing a generational superstar on our hands here. So I picked Miss Tiffy Time because it's Tiffy Time where I'm at right now. So
I can't argue with that. A good choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tiffany definitely made a mark last year. The one thing I will say about it, and it's not even her fault, I think she's been kind of stifled the past couple of months simply just because she's had to take the role of the babyface in this whole rivalry. with Charlotte. And it's just not. It's really hard for her because it's just not her. Like she's supposed to be this like spoiled rich.
Yeah, she's been the natural heel. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, fair play to her. She's adapting. It's not the worst babyface run I've ever seen. Even right now on the main roster, it's not the worst babyface run I've seen.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that she was able to, like you say, she took the ball last year and ran with it on SmackDown. She slotted perfectly into the Miss Money in the Bank situation, playing the best friend to Nia Jax while also trying to get the title off her like subterfugely. I think I just said that word right.
Doesn't matter.
And yeah,
We know what you
and
mean.
I think the rivalry with Nia like ended up like going really well, and I think she's done phenomenally for someone who's only really come up to the main roster and had the spotlight on her since Money in the Bank. I know she was there before then, but like she's really started to take off after MITB.
But that's
Yeah.
it. It just goes to show how quickly somebody who has the talent can come up to the roster and get everything they want. Like she come up, she was Money in the Bank. She's now a world women's champion. So it just goes to show if you work hard for it, you will get there.
Yeah, and I really just hope that also silences a lot of the critics in saying WWE only pushes for specific women. Like they always would go ahead and say it's the likes of Becky and Bayley and Charlotte and Bianca that are always pushed. But none of those women, apart from Bayley, were women's champion last year. And I'm not trying to be like, well, haha, there's your point. But it just goes to show that, like, yes, you can have that thought process in saying that WWE only pushes for women. Bianca was never in the women's single title scene last year. So that's one thing. But also, as G has just said, and I can't say any better than that, if you work hard for it and you show them that you want it and you do everything that they ask of you and more, of course, that's going to come back to you tenfold. What you put out there, you get back tenfold. And if that's what the energy that you're putting out there and saying to everyone, I really want this, I'm working hard for it, I'm doing everything I can, then you'll eventually get that back to you. And that's just a perfect example. Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton of working hard on the main roster, and Chelsea Green as well, and getting that back for themselves as well too.
Hell yeah, I agree.
What do you think, Jay? Who's your pick?
So I was torn between Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green because I've really enjoyed everything they've done for the past year or so. I think I'm going to go for Chelsea Green. I think she really shone last year. I think she really got the flowers she deserved when she won the championship. And I'm liking everything she's doing now with, I was going to call her Kaylee Ray. She's not bloody Kaylee Ray anymore.
Alba Fire.
Alba Fire.
You can call her Kaylee Ray. It's fine. We know who you're talking about.
You meant.
I really
Just as long as you don't say Kylie Ray, that's a different person.
Yeah, right.
It just goes to show when people change their names, it doesn't always stick for a while, does it? Even though she's been Alba Fire for ages.
Exactly.
It's like people still refer to Piper Niven as Dewdrop. I'm like, no, honey, no.
That is the one.
Oh no.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed everything she's doing now, as of recent, with Piper Niven and Alba Fire. I think they're going to make good use of Alba Fire with this little faction that they've got going on. But I would really, really like Chelsea Green to come away from the mid card and up to the title scene when there's room for her, the main title scene, because I think she's proven time and time again that she is ready and worthy of that.
Yeah, I'd love her to do more with the US title before she goes up. Like, I know that she's talking about how she wants to have like an open challenge. I would love for that to be the first thing that we see on the first SmackDown after WrestleMania. If she's still holding the title, is to start that open challenge, or even the Raw after WrestleMania if they wanted to.
But she
really
keeps going on about all on social. All I ever see her on social media is saying how she wants to fight all these divas and stuff,
exactly,
like past wrestlers and that. So it'd be great for her to have like an open challenge and a diva that we haven't seen for ages just randomly turn up and have a match with Chelsea Green.
I think you could easily do Trish Stratus. Like, I think that would be
a diva we haven't seen for a while.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
We're not saying there's anything wrong with Trish. There's just more than Trish and the divas.
Oh no, I know.
I'm just saying that.
Is like people
personally, I think Eva Marie should come back, but hey.
Oh my god, did you see her interview that she did on Ring the Bell?
No.
She did like I'll send it to you, G. She did like a 40-minute interview with Ring the Bell. I listened to it. It's actually pretty good.
I was saying like people who have recently shown like they've been training or they're ready to go. Like a Mickey James as well. She's been in LFG and doing stuff. Nikki Bella as well. Yeah. Michelle McCall, maybe she.
I'd just like to say somebody recently quit AEW.
I was just about to say that.
I wouldn't mind seeing a literally just came right. Oh god. Oh, Molly Holly. That's what I was going to say.
Molly Holly, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know cool. I was going to say that just quickly on the Saraya front quickly before we move on. I have seen that she did say if she did come back to WWE, she'd like to be in a tag team with Rhea.
Yes, I saw that too.
Oh.
I don't know how to feel about that.
But she said she also wanted to wrestle her because it's the old goth versus the new goth. So like,
Why are we putting goths in a box? We can all exist together.
no, that's her words. Quote for
I know,
quote.
but I've just sent the video, by the way, G. I just sent it
Yeah,
to just you.
like-
Right. Shall we move on? Because we've got 12 categories to get
Oh,
through.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's go.
Right. What's
Right.
the next?
Second one, male superstar of the year. We obviously have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. We have the OTC Roman Reigns. We have the Ring General Gunther. We have the best in the world CM Punk. We have Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, main event Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins. We'll go to Reese first on this one because he's only going to talk about Roman for about an hour.
I'm actually not. My pick isn't Roman Reigns.
Wow.
He doesn't deserve Superstar of the Year. He was gone for 6 months. So I wouldn't say he deserves Superstar of the Year. I'm damn sure not going to say Cody Rhodes because his title reign has been. So it's difficult to say because I also can't say CM Punk, even though he's been very entertaining. However, he's had about 3 matches. So does that really qualify you for Superstar of the Year? No, I don't think it does. Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre is an interesting one because you have a guy here who was carrying a rivalry with a person that wasn't there for the most part. So that is a good example of someone who I could give to Superstar of the Year. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go for that.
Oh, no.
My Superstar of the Year is Damian Priest.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Damian Priest because I think he had a stellar pre-Mania last year. Everything that was going on with the Judgment Day was very interesting. I think personally, he has had the best World Championship reign of any brand in the past year. I think it's been better than Gunther. I think it was more interesting than Cody Rhodes. And the matches that he had while he was champion, I thought were very impressive. It went on for a little bit too long, but I was interested in the rivalry that he had with Finn Balor. I thought that was really cool. I would like a bit more of a setup for WrestleMania this year between him and Drew, but we're not going to get that. I am interested in seeing that match though. So yeah, I think Damian Priest has been so consistent, and I don't think he's been given the flowers he deserves this year. I really think that he has carried that Raw roster when he was on Raw last year. I think he was one of the most interesting parts of it. When he was teaming up with Rhea Ripley, that was always very cool segments. Like I said, consistent good matches for a big man. He's probably one of the best big men in the company right now, and he's great on the microphone. I think his mic skills has improved tenfold since like 2022, 2023. And the fact that he was given the world title, I think a lot of people underestimated how good he was going to be with that world title. He was just like a transitional champion, I think some people thought he was going to be. And then he turned out to be so much more than that. I think there's a lot of people who have been world champion where the title has made the man, not the man has made the title. And I think he's slotted into that main event like scene very, very well. So I'm going to go with Damian Priest. I think he deserves it.
All right, that.
Cool.
I'm still undecided, but I know I need to pick something.
Would you like us to come back to you? We can go to Rob.
No, I got it. I think part of me really wants to go Drew McIntyre just because of the character work that he had last year, and it was really good. But then you also can't really have like a male superstar of the year without giving props to Jey Uso for his meteoric singles rise in 2024. So I think just because of the gravity of that and also how he's going into WrestleMania, I think I'm going to go Jey Uso. But unpopular opinion here, I'm really not vibing with the build between him and Gunther for this year. And I'm also really just not vibing with Gunther's title reign either. I think we've said this before, and I think we all, so as fans, we all sometimes have like unrealistic expectations, or we don't manage our expectations on what we should expect. And I think going out of his 666-day Intercontinental title reign, I think we were really just expecting big things for the big man. And I just don't feel like we've gotten that with his title run. And I don't know how they fix it, if they do choose to fix it. I don't know why it's happened. I don't know how it's happened. It doesn't feel like the Gunther first title run that we should be getting.
It's just
Like,
something like not clicking, and I don't know
and
what it
that's
is.
what I was just about to say. It's just something's not working. I don't know what it is, and I can't pinpoint it. It's not Gunther's fault. It's not Triple H's fault. There's just something in the middle between Gunther and the title that is just not. Whether it's creative not pushing him enough, whether he's not getting it, I don't know what it is. Like I can't pinpoint it, and I've been thinking about it for months, but I just don't know what it is. I
We were
don't
watching
know.
Raw on Monday, and I literally said to Ross, I said, Gunther was good when he had Giovanni and Ludwig behind him, and now he doesn't really have that. It's just not gelling. I literally turned around to him and went, Gunther is pissing me off recently. I can't watch this.
I feel like Gunther's lost that killer instinct that he had. That's
So-
what I feel like for me. Maybe that's what's missing is he needs to be running through that roster, proving that he is better than everybody else, but he's not getting the opportunity to do so.
The only thing I can think of, and I think it started around the end of the IC title run, and then it disappeared when he was going for the King of the Ring, and then it reappeared about like late last year, I would say. There was a point in the IC title run where Gunther's character started to change, and he started to underestimate his opponents. And I was like, that's just not Gunther. Gunther takes everyone seriously, and that's why he's so dominant. He will destroy you because he prepares for everything. And then the reason why he lost the IC title was because he underestimated Sami Zayn, which is fine. But then don't make that mistake twice, because the ring general would never do that. And I feel like he's doing the exact same thing with Jay. And I don't know if they're over-analyzing how hard it is to book Gunther, because it's not. Like, you literally... You've got a 660-day example of how to book the ring general. Just book it like that. Book his world title run like that. You will have gold on your hands, like figuratively and physically. Like, it's literally not that difficult. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, even there was a triple threat match late last year between him, Finn, and Damien. I don't know if you guys remember. And and Gunther was like the background character, and he was the world champion.
Yeah, I'm glad that this conversation has come about, and I definitely think like we could have like a full-blown conversation about this when we're not doing Slammies. But I just want to finish off on that point by just saying that I'm happy that I'm not the only person who feels this way, because I've been feeling this for months, and I've been not too scared to say anything, but I haven't seen people say much about it, and I'm like, am I the only person who thinks it, or is there anyone else that thinks it but just hasn't vocalized that yet? So I'm glad that I'm not feeling alone in that, but it just, it really bugs me when, like, this time last year we had the most dominant IC title holder. If you were to tell me this time last year this person's going to be world champion and it's going to feel shit, I wouldn't have believed you, but that's what we've got, unfortunately.
For real. Ross, what you was going to say? You was going to say something, right?
I could tell you literally the reason why Gunther's not molding for everyone. I was going to try and say, like, very early on, it's because they've not built any legitimate threats for him throughout the past year. They've tried to do this story angle of Jey Uso is the underdog, but everyone who has faced Gunther has felt like the underdog. And the whole reason why you're saying about, like, Gunther's underestimating people, he's actually not. He's being lazy and bored, because they've not built anyone to actually show that determination to step to Gunther's level so he can sit comfortable. So the problem isn't actually Gunther, it's everyone that's built to go against Gunther. Like, as you said, that triple threat situation, Damien and Finn were so much more focused on themselves than giving a damn about actually Gunther, who is their main threat and the actual person who's holding the title. They couldn't let a petty rivalry just go away. And this is the problem, because that hindered Gunther. And I said that when that happened. What's hindering Gunther is no one is being built up properly to go against him. And if you wanted to legitimize Gunther being an absolute tear, you make him go against other people on the roster, even if it's a random match on Raw. You just make him have more matches, definitively beat people, and then go, hey, like each week after he beats that person, he could stand there dominantly, speak in the mic and go, hey, Jay, that's going to happen to you. And
but it really shouldn't be that hard to book a Gunther title run, though.
But that's
like,
what I'm
really
saying.
shouldn't.
And that's what I'm saying as well. It's actually not Gunther's fault. It's the booking around challengers. And WWE have been struggling with this for the past several months, I've felt. because the same happened with tag scenarios. I felt they didn't really build any proper challenges in the tag team situation. And now, until Street Profits turned heel, like, that finally built something for me. And it's the same problem with Gunther. They haven't built anyone to be the next stepping stone in my eyes. They've took the momentum of Jay, and now a lot of people believe Jay's gonna win and also want him to win because that's the underdog. Look how brutal Gunther's being. Gunther's beat the crap out of Jimmy. Jay has to do this now. It's more personal for him, which we didn't even need to get to that angle. We could have genuinely had Jay winning against Gunther's previous people to show, hey, Gunther, my Rumble wasn't a fluke. I'll beat the people you beat. That's how they should have played into that story, but they haven't. And that's my take on it. It's not Gunther that's my problem, because Gunther's doing his job as a heel, especially what he did to Jimmy on this week's Raw. I think that, for me, I think that solidified building him back up. The only problem I had, and it took me out of that whole spot, was Jay 100% could have broke out of those fucking zip ties. They weren't even zip tied on him properly. Like,
I don't get why it's taking this long to have an actual legit segment with Gunther. That was the first time where I actually thought, there's the ring general that I reckon. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That should have been ages ago. That should have been like week one of the, hey, Gunther, I'm picking you. That should have been how brutal Gunther got. Not have to wait 4.5 weeks for it. But anyway, we need to move on. We've got more Slammy categories, but I really wanted to put my point out of Gunther because I respect the boy, and it's not
and as I said before, it's not his fault. There's clearly something that's not clicking.
Yeah, it's just challenges. They're not building challenges. Like, so many champions are having that. Chelsea hasn't really got any challenges. Tiffany's stuck in the
Lyra doesn't either, mate.
Lyra has had
They
none.
have a perfect opportunity for Lyra there, but
yeah, but they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna cash in the chip. She's gone. She's having time off.
What?
I thought you were gonna say Lyra versus Becky. That's where I thought.
Oh, Bailey.
No. We'll get that eventually.
I don't think they're gonna put Bailey. I don't think they'll give Bailey the championship. I genuinely don't.
I wouldn't mind it because Bailey.
Yeah.
But
Also got a guest on the pod too. Say hey.
What, for the men's?
No.
No, I did not. My men's is very short and sweet. I'm Damian Priest. The whole reason I felt he was the last resembling Flame of the original Judgment Day. I think he carried a lot of those segments. I did not like that Finn and Damian went on for so long, and I still think Finn should have won in that scenario against Damian. But Damian really solidified of, like, very much what Reese said of, it's not the belt that makes the person, it's the person that makes the belt. And he showed that across anyone he went with. And I love that we're now getting Damian and Drew right now, because I think they're two of your strongest story, character-driven people. And that is going to be a feud that instantly will carry itself just with how they carry their characters. So I'm fully Damian Priest. I would do a special shout out to Jacob Fatu, because even though he came late into 2024, I'm sorry, every match he's done, banger. And the fact of he went from this I love you solo, I'm gonna listen to everything you do, to now has turned into this character that is like, yo, get out of my business, I'm taking the lead now. I have loved that whole development, and it is going to yeah, you know what I mean.
Anyway.
But yeah,
I would say he's also a good shout too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of my choice, it is one word, 4 letters.
Oh, yeah.
For a second, I thought you were saying CM Punk, but I was like, that's 6.
That's 6 letters.
4 letters.
You said 4 letters, and I was like, in my head, I was like CMPU. I was like, the NK makes 6.
I mean, if there was Punk, if it's 4 letters, Punk works.
Yeah, true. True.
No, I'm gonna go for Jey Uso as well. I think his momentum over the past year has been pretty awesome. His character has built even more as a solo. He is so over with the crowd. They're really, really enjoy him. I enjoy his work. I enjoy watching him wrestle. I love the fact that he's doing stuff with like his brother again and that now. I am fully here for him to win the title at WrestleMania, and I feel like a lot of people are in that same position after the conversation we had recently. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Jey Uso.
Nice.
Dope.
Right.
What's the next category?
Moving on. So this one, this is most memorable entrance, but it's just got names and time and like fingers. So it says Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, Jey Uso on Raw on Netflix debut with Travis Scott, Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, The Rock at WrestleMania, Bayley at WrestleMania, Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin, Seth Rollins at WrestleMania with the Philadelphia Band,
Oh yeah.
Sami Zayn in Montreal with Jey Uso, Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gable, Logan Paul at SummerSlam with MGK, Dominic Mysterio at Bad Blood with Liv Morgan in the Lowrider, and then Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Cool.
There's too many. There's too fucking many.
I think I know which one I'm gonna do.
I already know which one I'm gonna do, and you guys
Yeah, I
can call
do
me.
as well.
You can call me a Seth Rollins shill all that you want, but I'm gonna
You
go with
still-
his WrestleMania entrance because that was fucking iconic.
First,
I initially, when we were watching WrestleMania, I said to you guys, "This reminds me of Birdman from Rick and Morty." But then I actually didn't even realize that it wasn't Birdman reference. It was actually like a Philadelphia
it was the
street band or
Philadelphia-
something. I felt so stupid until I found out, and then I was like, "Actually, no, that's fucking iconic."
That's cool.
I mean,
To
most
be
of them
fair-
are. The second place has got to be the MGK one though, because I am an MGK girly. But
We love
I'll give it to Seth Rollins on this one.
Cool. Ross.
I've got to give it Drew at Bash in Berlin. Like,
Drew.
no,
Clash at the
Randy.
Castle.
Sorry, Randy.
Oh,
I meant to
Randy.
say-
Yeah.
And I meant to say Randy at Bash in Berlin, and then
That's so funny.
I was meant to say honourable. I would have gave Drew at Clash because I really liked when they did the Scottish band for him and everything. But Randy's, man, that was like the first time in Yonks we've actually saw people sing Randy's song. The crowd erupted for him. You just it felt the vibe. It fully invested me back into watching the pay-per-view because I was like, this pay-per-view is going to be all right. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, no, this crowd's here. I'm here for this show now.
Yeah,
Like
They
they added so much to it there. And like Randy's now said, like, I want people to match what that crowd did, like sing my song. Europe did a good job.
Cody's Raw one this week was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that was
Ooh.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
American
Cool.
crowds, you better take notes.
Reese.
I honestly don't remember most of these. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I'm
Same.
sorry. I'm just gonna say. Can I ask you a question? Was Backlash Paris last year?
Yeah, because we had AJ and Cody.
Yeah, surprises me that AJ's entrance wasn't on there. But anyway, I'm gonna say Roman Reigns' entrance because I remember it being pretty cool.
Of course he is. Of course he's gonna.
Yep.
I'm gonna also pick Randy at Bash in the Berlin because when I look at this list, the only ones that actually stick in my head are the Jey Uso's Raw debut one, Randy's at Bash in Berlin, and Dom coming out in the lowrider. And I think that's because they had things in those entrances that made you remember. The reason I remember Randy's entrance is because the crowd was so loud.
Yeah.
Actually, can I change my vote? I want to change my vote. The Dom and the lowrider thing was pretty dope. I'm going to choose that one.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I'd go for
Michael
Randy.
Cole in the background just being like, "This is horrible," blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
Right. This is a big one as well. Oh my God moment of the year. So we've got Cody versus Roman match finish at WrestleMania. Dom turning on Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan at SummerSlam.
Ooh.
Kevin Owens turning on Randy and Cody in October. New Day turning on Big E on Raw. Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank cash-in on Nia Jax on SmackDown. Damian Priest's Money in the Bank cash-in on Drew at WrestleMania. Wyatt's 6th debut. Bron Breakker spearing Ojo Speed at the Royal Rumble. Bronson Reed hitting a tsunami on Braun Strowman onto a car. John Cena turning on Cody at the Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns returning at SummerSlam. Io Sky beating Rhea Ripley to become Women's World Champion.
Jesus.
It's too many.
I know.
No.
Why do they do this?
My favourites there as well. Like
Oh, what the hell, man?
There's 12 options there. That's
Oh.
I can't pick 12. I can't pick one of 12 either.
Oh, that's
Can we
difficult.
just do can we do a top 3?
pick one and give an honourable mention as well then.
Okay.
Reese, do you want to go
yeah.
first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Why not? I think obviously John Cena turning heel. Like, oh my god!
It has to be.
I mean, I kind of had a feeling, but to actually see it happen is a whole different story. Like thinking something is going to happen and then actually seeing it's going to happen. I don't care if you turn around and go, I called it. To see it happen is a different story. If you've watched wrestling for as long as you've watched wrestling, you would never think that would happen. Like 10 years ago, you told me John Cena was turning heel, I'd be like, okay, cool, it'd be dope if it happened, but it happened. And honorable mention, I'm going to say the New Day just absolutely tearing Big E a new one, because that's a 10-year tag team whole situation right there. And what they said to him was harsh. And I tell you what, the reason why it is an honorable mention and why it isn't my pick is because they've not capitalized on any of that momentum with the New Day.
They really haven't.
And it's a shame because they could have been the biggest heels on Raw, and they're just not at the minute.
Yeah.
Even nothing. But yeah, those are my two.
Oh, sorry, Reese. Court.
I think I'm going to agree with Reese in saying that the John Cena heel turn definitely is my top one. As he'd said, I think people, when they were talking about John Cena's retirement year, would flippantly say oh yeah, it would be super cool if he turned heel, but it's not going to happen because it's John Cena and blah blah. Triple H would have seen that shit and been like, avert your expectations, my guy. We're giving you something different, and it's been pretty good since. I'm not going to lie to you. I think honorable mention is actually probably Damian Priest's cash in at WrestleMania, because everything that happened after Drew won, and then Drew was trying to rub it in CM Punk's face, and then CM Punk did that, and then Damian came in and capitalized. At that moment, I don't know, whenever I think about that cash-in, I just get so excited because it was somebody who we knew was deserving of that world championship spot, and for him to wait as long as he did and have as many, cash-in attempts as he did to ultimately capitalize in the best moment, i.e. cashing in at WrestleMania, was just, I don't know, it was such a great moment. And I wish we hadn't have gotten as many, is he going to cash in, is he not going to cash in moments leading up to that. But still, I think the ultimate cash-in was definitely something memorable. And something I'm still so happy that we got last year at Mania to this day.
Nice.
I agree.
Mia agrees too. She's down here as well.
Clive is next to me there.
Mm-hmm.
Ross?
I'm gonna have to go the same with the rest of the guys. As number one's got to be Cena. That's years on years. That's one guy that I thought if someone could retire only ever being a babyface in the industry, it would have been Cena. And now we've not got that. It's actually insane. The amount of times I've just sat down and gone oh yeah, Cena's heel. It's crazy to still say.
Don't think about it, because otherwise you just be like, what the hell?
But that's the thing. Even my mates that aren't big into wrestling, even them were like, oh, I saw Cena's turned heel. I'm interested.
Yeah.
What's going on there? And I'm like, y'all ain't spoke about wrestling to me in 5-6 years. What?
Yeah.
Where you been? Let me fill you in.
Literally.
It's really cool to have that surreal moment. And especially Raw. Because, I said I was struggling with Cena being heel because I think I was just a little bit impatient because I really wanted him to be, straight away the reason why, absolutely destroy everyone. And he let it simmer for a few weeks. But the promo battle between Cody and Cena this week fed families. I'm sorry, that was some of the greatest heel work I've ever seen. The way Cena just was people say, I ruin careers. Nah, I bury them, and I'm gonna bury you and your mediocrity. I was like,
do you know I still haven't watched Raw yet?
Oh, you
Oh.
need to.
I
Go
will.
watch it.
Look, I plan to catch up on it today. That is my plan. Today's my first day
Okay.
off work.
Go-
so I
Go
plan
watch
to
it,
do
right? Go watch it and
Yeah.
get
I will.
see fucking Cody Rhodes get absolutely cooked.
No,
I've seen
I'll back.
Cody cook Cena though.
I was gonna
No.
say I'll back
No.
Cody
Nah,
here.
Cena cook Cody.
But I think Cody still held himself. But I think Cody still held some of the lines he said. I think the being created by someone backstage line that Cody threw just went out there.
Courtney just said she hasn't watched it.
Yeah, I'm not
Sorry,
spoiling.
it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I've seen
Exactly.
clips and stuff. I kind of scroll past it, but I will watch it. So it's no spoiler. It's fine. I'm not.
The only thing that Raw showed me was that Cody Rhodes isn't on the level of Cena on the microphone. He just isn't.
Uh-oh.
But no one is.
But no one is though.
Yeah,
No,
no one.
Even your boy Roman and Rock got cooked by him. Like, sorry.
And that's fine. And that's fine. I disagree about the Roman thing, by the way. And that's fine. But I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes is not on Cena's level.
No.
He's not. He's not. That is your main guy at the moment. He's not on Cena's level. You cannot tell me that a guy who prepares all week with his promos, it literally feels that way. And he still had nothing to say to Cena apart from the worst. It was mediocre at best what he said. I don't want to hear anything about what people were saying. Oh, they roasted each other. It was such a good battle. It wasn't a battle. It was an absolute destruction. Cena absolutely picked him apart like nachos and cheese at the movies.
One thing I am going to say on that, and then we need to move on. I'm really hoping that segment between Cena and Cody doesn't make me crawl into my chair and make me want the world to swallow me up as much as that side by side with Tiffany and Charlotte.
Oh no!
Killed me.
Oh no! It won't. It won't.
Moving on.
Charlotte.
I'm hoping
Charlotte
it's not the
Flair.
same. Anyway.
Fuck Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, because that was a moment where I wanted the world to swallow me up.
Yeah, no, we
bitter ass holding on to the spotlight.
We'll talk about it after the pod privately
Yeah.
because I want to
Ross,
know you guys.
give your honourable mention.
No, I was just about to. So my honourable mention, I got a big shout out, my boy. Emphasis on big. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say Bronson Reed doing a tsunami through the car on Braun Strowman. That was dope. I'm sorry, that's a beefy ass man you put through a whole ass car window by just frog splashing him from a big height.
Not just a fucking window, my guy. It wasn't even a window, dude. It was the roof.
Exactly.
That roof collapsed.
Yeah. And obviously the segment before that of like how many tsunamis he just constantly kept hitting on Seth as well.
Oh.
I'm sorry. When Bronson comes back, put a rocket on him. Like, just push him because he's so good. Yeah,
put several rockets on that beefy motherfucker. Like, you're gonna have to.
Bro, unironically, I want Jacob Fatu and him to be in a freaking tag team together of just like an absolute monster.
Exactly. Right, move on.
I'm gonna go for the same as you guys, John Cena turning heel. It's got to be the moment, hasn't it? You know, nobody expected it, so. And my honourable mention, I'm going to go for the White Six debut. Okay, yes, the White Six haven't been booked great. I understand that. What's his face is injured. We know. They are teasing coming back soon though, but their debut was phenomenal and it just kind of healed me a little bit. So
talk about that feeding families thing. Oh my goodness, that fed families for generations.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Right. Let's do a couple of quick ones then.
Sounds good to me.
So, faction of the year, we've got the OG Bloodline, the New Bloodline, the Judgment Day, American Made, or Damage Control. Ross?
I've got to go New Bloodline, but that's biased. I've got to go New Bloodline. Jacob Fatu came in, Gorillas of Destiny, even though, you know, we lost half of them because of War Games.
Yeah, sure.
And like Solo's now become kind of not the leader, and Fatu's now becoming a leader. And it's I love that, but it's difficult to be like I love them as a faction because it's still like in and ahhing who's staying, who's not, who's actually leading, who isn't, and it's so weird. Like I would have said Damage Control until everything that happened with them, all all the injuries, pushbacks, and loss of tag belts, all of that stuff. And they've just not been booked great since. Like, yes, Io's your champion, but
That's fair.
where's the rest of the squad? So yeah, I've got to go New Bloodline. New Bloodline, and honorable mention would have been Damage Control until
Reese,
everything
we're
happened.
not doing honourable mentions for all of them.
Okay.
Reese,
All of those options suck because they've not been consistent. But I'm gonna go with. Wait, was the Judgment Day an option?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it would have been that, but for some reason Chase U wasn't on there, so I'm gonna go with Judgment Day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going Judgment Day, but I'm putting a heavy emphasis on its pre-SummerSlam. Anything after SummerSlam with Judgment Day, I don't want any part of it.
That's fair.
I still have a picture in my wrestling room of the OG Judgment Day. And every time I go in there, I shed a little tear because that was the last time I truly felt whole as a wrestling fan.
Leave the memories alone.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Judgment Day as well. Again, pre-SummerSlam Judgment Day because I just
Rhea
can't
and
cope-
Damien
I
held that
can't
shit
cope with
down.
this right now.
Nah.
Right.
Not right now.
Tag Team of the Year, we have DIY, Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, Jade and Bianca, Motor City Machine Guns, Bloodline, War Raiders, Judgment Day, Street Profits, Liv, and Raquel.
Oh
Reese.
God!
Why is there no inclusion of NXT? Like,
They
what?
all
No,
suck.
NXT.
That they are sucky options again. Like Jesus.
The individuals in the teams aren't bad, but
Oh, I'm not calling the
I
teams
can't
bad,
say,
but
I
they
can't say
just
that there's been
suck.
a tag team that have done great this year. Sorry, Reese.
apart from Motor
It's not.
City Machine Guns, that's all I could say because they came in and like 3 weeks in won the titles.
Yeah.
Why is that not an oh my god moment?
Why is Fraxium not on there? That's my
That's what I
question.
just
But-
said before. Why is there no NXT?
yeah. Oh God, all of those are awful. I'm gonna just say Motor City Machine Guns because again, there's non tag teams that have been consistent this year.
Yeah, literally. Court.
I'm just gonna go Motor City because you read all those out to me and I feel bad because I don't have a team that I go, yes, that's the one, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not me saying that the people on the teams are shit because they're absolutely not. It's just that tag team wrestling in 2024 just wasn't hitting.
Yeah.
It just wasn't hitting.
Motor City, all day, every day. Sorry, they are your favorite tag team's favorite tag team. They are that good.
Mhm.
They just got shafted with the situation of being pushed to champion so quick, and people didn't know how to feel about them, even though they have longevity and a massive history behind them. But yeah, I have to say, Motor City, I am sad that they're kind of not using them at all now. It feels really weird that they're doing that. But yeah, it has to be Motor City.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Motor City Machine Guns as well. Same reasons. I feel like they've been the only tag team that have been consistent this year. However, I am very, 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 very excited that the Street Profits have the bouts again and are on the way to WrestleMania. And I'm super excited to see what they do because they are my favourite tag team.
Swear to God, if they do another ladder match for the tag team titles, I'm gonna fucking rage.
However, I am super sad that they got fucking death rolled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me, is there a theme song category in this? Because I boycott that. if there is.
No.
Yeah, no. We're finding
They'll
the
be
non-death. We will find the only non-death rebel one in there and pick only that.
Yeah.
Right.
What is the best Death Rebel theme song and why is it Pretty Deadly?
No, but it's actually funny because you're kind of actually not wrong.
Yeah, for real.
Actually, such a fucking banger.
I mean,
It's a vibe.
Mine's Cora Jades is the best Death Rebel one they've actually
Mine
done.
has to be obviously Rhea's though.
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah.
pretty good.
Right, moving
I'm
on.
not giving
we
them credit for
have-
that banger. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Keep it emotionless and white instead.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what most of us might pick for this. So we have Rivalry of the Year. So
Yeah,
we have
okay.
Roman and Cody, Liv and Rhea, Punk and Drew, Damien and Finn, Kevin and Cody, Nia and Tiffany, Bloodline versus Bloodline. Russ, do you want to go first?
It's kind of obvious. Like, is this even really a category we need to actually pick?
Yeah.
Sorry, Drew and Punk fed families for generations. Like, people are still going to talk about that feud as arguably one of the greatest, more like modern rivalries in wrestling.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
wasn't even a punk. Like, I'm not a Punk guy, and I still rooted for Punk in some of those fights.
We know you're not a Punk guy.
We
fucking
got
know.
proof.
Yeah, we have evidence. We have proof that I still say F Pepsi Phil, but you know, yeah, no, like it's an obvious no-brainer for me. I think the only other one that I would probably make a strong secondary contender was Liv and Rhea when they were in ring. I think the only problem with Liv and Rhea was promos and extending it out as long as they did slowly killed both of their feud. Whereas Drew's and Punk's, every time they added a little bit, it elevated it. It made it more personal, made it more serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has to be Drew and Punk.
Yeah.
Reese?
I'm going to agree. My second pick would probably be Tiff versus Nia. But
That's good.
I would probably say Drew versus Punk is an easy answer.
Yeah. Court?
I mean, have you guys been on the podcast with me for the last year? Like,
Literally.
it's obviously Punk and Drew. And I do agree with Reese with my honorary pick, that being Nia and Tiffany. I just feel like there is a little more they could have done. Like, they could have squeezed a little bit more juice out of that lemon. Not to say they might not go back to it, but yeah, I still stand by my statement and saying that should have just been a singles match for the rematch at Elimination Chamber between the two of them. But
100%. 100%.
Yeah, but that's all good.
Nice. So I'm going to pick, obviously, CM Punk versus Drew because all I ever talk about is CM Punk. Do I ever shut up about CM Punk?
No.
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 But it's okay. We love you for that. It's fine.
We understand.
We get
I
it.
hope you do because he's just the best in the world. Do you know what? I'm not even going to say anything else because he's just the best in the world. That's all you need
I
to
don't
know.
need
All
to
you need
say
to know
anything.
is he's the best in the world.
Yeah,
Oh.
this
Yeah.
is right.
Right. NXT Superstar of the Year.
Okay.
Obafemi, Roxanne Perez, Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Julia, or Kalani Jordan.
Are we splitting this into male and female? Can we just pick our own? Because them options are like
Sure.
Why
Yeah,
can't we
they
let's
miss-
just pick our own NXT
Go on
superstar?
then.
They are
Male and
missing-
female. We'll do quick fire for both.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're missing bangers there. There's
Go on then,
some
Court.
names.
You go first.
I'm gonna go with Jada Parker because I fucking love that woman. Not gonna lie to you. She eats. And then I'm obviously gonna go Ricky Saints as well too. I mean, the fact that he's literally just won the North American Championship. He's been there like what, a month and a half.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the crowd chanting as well too? That's insane. What was that, Reese?
you're picking for Superstar of the Year. He's been here a month.
I don't give a
And-
fuck.
I would pick Jordan Grace and she's not even.
I
doing
don't give
that
a fuck. I can pick who I want.
Hey, Jordan Grace has been
How
there
dare
longer.
Go on then, Ross.
I don't care. Stay mad about it. Like,
How
It's
we
over,
not-
Pop. It's
I'm
over.
sorry. How are we not going to give it Stephanie McCaw? I'm sorry. Like y'all, y'all
Because there's another obvious example there. That's why. I'm insulted, Ross. I mean, I thought we were on the same page for this. I thought
Oh
we
my
was going to
God,
be on the
yeah.
same page.
you're going to say you're still going to say Roxanne Perez, obviously.
of course he is.
Yeah. Which I understand, but I have to give it Stephanie. I'm sorry. Stephanie, quick succession, instantly won over the crowd, did amazing in the matches, beat a legend, and had a great rivalry with Julia, who's a friend to her, double champion as well. I think that was super dope. No, go for it, G. What were you
I
going to
was
say?
gonna say, I'm really pissed the fact that they made her win the belts and now I understand why she's relinquishing it, but I'm really annoyed that she's relinquishing it.
She still defended both belts.
I know,
once.
but I'm
They could
still
have done like a
annoyed.
Becky 2-belt situation.
Yeah, but they also have done the Keith Lee scenario to Stephanie McCaw, which I saw instantly coming, was that, hey, we're going to give you both belts, but also we're really looking at potentially moving you to the main roster. Can you drop
Why don't
one
they
of the
have her
belts?
hold it until Stand and Deliver and have her defend both titles at Stand and Deliver?
Because
and someone
I
else
don't
win
think they want to give her an L yet. That's why I think they've had to relinquish it.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They'd rather
Anyway.
her drop one of the titles and focus on that, so that way she doesn't get it doesn't hurt her in the long run. But
Well-
yeah, for me, Stephanie McCaw, or I would also put Sol Ruka up there. Both of them are neck and neck for me. Like for me, Sol Ruka has carried some of the tag division in the women's side of it. Now, Zarya, it's difficult because like I love that wrestler, but she's not really got
going
a future.
through every wrestler. Ross.
No, I was saying because Sol Ruka's attached to her. Let me
I'm
finish
throwing
my
out
point
there.
before you cut it off completely.
Hey,
I-
guys, be nice, please. Come on. This is a family show here.
A family debut. What's your male superstar, Ross, my friend?
Yeah.
None of them have all been dog water.
Even your boy All Ego.
You know what? I actually hate what they've been doing to Ethan Page at the moment. Oh, I'm just gonna go for the North American title and batter Ricky as soon as he won it because no, I'm egotistical. I need that belt. Get
What's
out
in
of
his
here.
name?
Yeah,
What's
I
in
know
his
it's in
name?
his name.
Exactly.
It's so stupid though. If we're gonna say anyone that's gonna be male superstar for the year, I'm sorry, it's Javon Evans. Like, if we're really, you gave that man like multiple people to go through shiz, and he has just sold it every time. You could be different. I know you're gonna say different, Reese. You always do.
Right,
You can't
Go
say.
on then, Reese.
You
What's
can't say-
happening? What have you done with the real Ross? I demand to know where he is.
Why?
Where did you come?
Who do you think I was gonna say then? Who do you genuinely think I was gonna say?
Well, first of all, I thought you was going to agree with me and say Roxanne Perez. I mean, I know this is wild coming from me, since though 2 years ago I was all over her calling her crap.
Exactly.
You were.
However, this year, I'm just going to say it, the greatest NXT women's champion of all time. Like, she is the most consistently good women's champion we have ever had in NXT.
Oh, Mandy Rose.
And I am talking about Mandy Rose. I'm talking about Asuka. I'm talking about Bayley, Sasha Banks, anybody. Hell no, it is Roxanne Perez. Like, the amount of amazing matches she's had. Honestly. Like, with Lyra Valkyria, with Jordan Grace, with Julia, with Stephanie Vaquer. Like, so many great matches that this woman has had. Like, she deserves everything. Her mic work has improved. Her in-ring skills have improved. I understand why you've like given it to Steph, because she's come in and she's been really impressive. Julia, also a great contender. But it's got to be Roxanne Perez. Like, she was just in the Rumble and set the record for the longest time as well, just casually while being amazing.
And also
like,
in the chamber too.
Yeah.
And also in the Elimination Chamber. Like, you know, just to randomly add those amazing statistics to your already impressive year. But my male superstar of the year, I agree. The male side of NXT this year has been quite lackluster, except for one person. And it's Obafemi.
I called it.
Right. Just like, again, I said this in a video a couple of weeks ago. Just to throw some statistics at you, this guy has had less than 70 matches, and he is the NXT Breakout Superstar of the Year. He's the longest reigning North American champion of all time, and he is currently the NXT champion. He beat that record last year with the North American Championship, and he won the Iron Survivor and won the NXT Championship last year. 2024 was the year of Obafemi in NXT, like without a shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
So those are my two picks.
No, I absolutely agree with you, Reese. I'm going to pick Obafemi and Roxanne Perez as well, because I think they both outshone themselves this year. Is that the right? Outshone themselves. Roxanne is now outshined.
They've over-delivered.
Yeah. They've over-delivered on what NXT expects from them, and it's nice to see Roxanne come up. And has she fully come up to the main roster now?
Nope.
Not quite yet, but
I reckon it'll be post Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, but there's the draft. They announced the draft after Mania.
Yeah,
I think that's what she'll be. I think she'll probably like the number one draft for Raw or SmackDown, won't she?
But yeah, I agree. They both stuck out this year. Not that I watch much NXT, but I do keep up with it. So
the dogs are barking in the neighborhood. That means Braun Breaker's around.
Right, we've got 4 categories left. So match of the year. Roman Reigns versus Cody at WrestleMania. CM Punk versus Drew at Hell in a Cell. Cody versus The Rock. I can't get my words out. Cody, no.
She's like, not my match of the year.
She refuses to even say it.
She's like,
And the
Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth at Mania. Liv and Rhea at SummerSlam. Damien and Gunther at SummerSlam. Cody and AJ Styles at Backlash. 2025 men's War Game match. Bayley versus Io at WrestleMania. Sammy versus Gunther at WrestleMania. Gunther versus Randy at Bash in Berlin. Or Seth versus CM Punk on the Raw Netflix premiere. Russ, you can go first.
War Games.
War Games!
Easiest answer I could ever give. I'm sorry, War Games always over deliver, and they absolutely did. I loved every bit of the War Games. Having Roman do everything in that whole way of like stopping people, and then CM Punk was like, nah, barged past him.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It was so fucking iconic.
Yeah, and the same way, like, and the same way that Roman did like the year before with Sammy, how he did it with Jimmy and like pointed and was like, no, Sammy, you stay. Jimmy, you go prove yourself. I love that they role reversed that. And I think so many of the spots in there were super dope. I mean, I got Bronson Reed in it, which I thought was really awesome to have aligned with the new bloodline. And I got to see Tama Tonga do Tama Tonga things, which I'm always happy about. Just
Just Tama Tonga doing Tama Tonga things.
Yeah. But like, for me, it's the solidify of new generation of talent getting to be put on such the bigger thing with their eyes on those situations. Like, you had basically a whole new faction be like main eventing arguably the big match pay-per-view now. So for me, it has to be War Games. There's a lot of really good standout ones there. There's many I could do honorable mention, but for me, I'll always land back on War Games.
Reese?
First of all, I'm surprised that the cage match between Seth and Punk isn't on there, because I thought that was better.
Yeah, that's a bit weird that one's not.
Yeah.
I agree on that. Yeah.
Like, finisher spammy in the side, I thought it was a better match. But it's difficult, because for me, it's between the War Games match and Roman versus Cody at Mania. I think just for the moment, and all the great nostalgia and shit that we got in that match, I'm gonna go for the Roman versus Cody match at Mania. Obviously, like my guy didn't win, but
we know
it was so good. It was so good. The fact that Roman hates Seth so much that it distracted him, and he just chose to go after Seth instead of Cody. That is storytelling right there. That is so good. I love it.
It lives rent free in Roman's mind.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's great storytelling. I'm gonna go with that match. Like, I don't really need to explain why. It's just a great match.
Yeah. Call me a Krispy Kreme employee because I'm about to glaze over CM Punk again.
Oh my God.
It's like I know I said it when it happened, but I think definitely the Hell in a Cell match for me is my top one, because not only was it a great blow off for the feud, but it re-legitimized Hell in a Cell and its purpose and its intention within a storyline and within WWE. Close second, and I know this isn't included, but I'm going to include this specific part of this match, the beginning of this year's Elimination Chamber women's match, just specifically the Jade Cargill attack.
Yeah, that was cool.
That moment lives rent free in my mind, and it replays at least 3 times a week. So,
I've got a good question for you, Court, seeing as you brought it up. In our Bad Blood review, we all said the match was fantastic, but the wrong person probably won that match. Like, 6 months on, do we still feel the same? Or
we're talking about the Drew and Punk match.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy that Punk won, but I definitely was living in a world where if Drew won, I wouldn't have been mad. I think I said it at the time as well, too. Like, I was very humming and hawing about it because both men deserved the win, and I wouldn't have cared if either of them did. I just think going into WrestleMania, I think there's just definitely been more of a spotlight on Punk and less on Drew.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's by design or if that's just because of how they're positioned on the card. I think Punk's definitely come out of that feud looking better, but people still like Drew for what he did. So I don't know how you guys feel, but
no, I agree on that.
I agree.
That's just me.
I was quite mad about it at the time. And to be honest, hindsight still tells me that Drew probably should have won that match. Seeing as though he did a lot of the heavy lifting for that feud.
But also, Punk's at a stage in his career, and I think he's the same with like the Cenas and the Ortons, where like you take a loss, and what? Like it doesn't do anything for your legitimacy. It doesn't do anything for your legacy.
Exactly. And this was my point, I think, as well, when we first reviewed it. CM Punk would have probably still ended up in that War Games match. CM Punk would have probably still ended up having that favor. CM Punk probably would have still been in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. I definitely think in terms of that, like I would have loved to see Drew win, thinking back on it, but like we can't make that decision. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be an interesting question to like retrospective.
Nice. I'm gonna go for CM Punk and Drew Hell in a Cell as well because I really enjoyed that feud last year. However, that wasn't my favourite match from that feud. My favourite match was the strap match. I really enjoyed that match more than I enjoyed the Hell in a Cell match, but I'm going to pick the Hell in a Cell match because that feud was it last year for me.
Also, one match I am going to give some praise on before we leave this category, I should say, is definitely the Cody and AJ one, the I Quit one.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh,
that was good. I don't know if that's the match they're referring to. I think they're just talking about their first match because that was at Backlash, and then the second one was the I Quit one, but they're not including that one. Which is a shame.
It says Cody and AJ at Backlash.
Yeah, but was Backlash when they did the I Quit match, or was that in another show?
I think that was at Clash, right?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
They didn't include that one, which is an absolute tragedy.
No, I think that's unfortunate. Yeah, that probably should have been included.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Our next one is what WTF moment of the year. So what the fuck moment of the year?
Yeah, okay.
R-Truth calling Triple H Champa.
Sorry.
Kevin Owens car interviews. Chelsea Green goes into the dumpster. Dominic Mysterio in the shark cage. I Show Speed with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. LA Knight in Logan Paul's pool. R-Truth wrestles with John Cena. Rabid noises from Tamatonga. Jacob Fatty's I Love You solo or the Wyatt Six's debut.
Okay, I'd like to go first because I'm going to put a different spin on this.
Go on then.
I know that they're probably thinking WTF as in like, what the... But I'm thinking of it more as like, what the... I'm going to go Kevin Owens car interviews because those were like, for me, I could understand what he was saying, but I was just like, WTF is going on, question mark.
Yeah, like my guy's saying like a Lambo while he's like
and
crying.
For people to include the Tamatonga in this category is actually like, what are you doing? Because those are also iconic.
Yeah. So
Cops
iconic.
are coming in the neighborhood as well. They're coming after those who think that Tamatonga is what the fuck.
I think they're coming to arrest Ross for picking Stephanie Vaccaro over Ross.
Why are you booing me? You know I'm right.
It's all right. I'll tell them to come to you instead of me. It's fine.
FBI, open up.
Bro, you can't even start. You were in the
We just want to talk, I swear.
For time.
But yeah, I thought I'd just put a spin on it because when you were reading through the nominees just then, most of them for me were like okay, but I was just like I was a bit confused by them. But anyway, that's my thought on them.
Yeah, no, it just feels weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Which one did you say, Court?
Kevin Owens car interviews.
Oh, okay. No,
but it was more of an inquisitive WTF.
Yeah. Reese,
can I pick this category? Because what the fuck is this? I don't understand what the. It's so stupid. What? The fact that Cody like the what the fuck moment isn't Jay winning the Rumble, like that should have been in there. But I don't know.
I'm about to leave the podcast after what you.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's like what he's meaning is the what the fuck is the like, oh my god, it's an absolute shock moment. It's
Why don't they just call them shock moments?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the what the F was in. Oh, why the F has that happened?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
I didn't have a problem with it. Like I thought it was amazing. It was more like a what the hell they've actually done it. Like that's my point.
I got your back, Reese. I got your back, Reese. Don't worry.
Cheers, dude. You're forgiven about the whole NXT thing. Don't worry. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Until he remembers to refer it next time, then you won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll remember.
I remember. I remember. Oh, I remember. That was fantastic.
I mean, do you remember Cody when there was a minute? Oh yeah, I mean,
I remember. Do you remember when Roman Reigns came back at SummerSlam? That was fantastic.
I mean,
Jeez,
He's like, fuck off, guys.
You broke me.
Bro, I haven't been here for like 3 weeks, okay? Let me just live a little. Let me live in my
fine. It's all good. We're having a good time. Give me the green light 'cause I'm ready to go.
You guys remember when I was on the podcast? Because I mean it.
I don't remember.
Wait, fuck off, mate. I was doing shit.
What the
Right,
fuck
let's go.
moment? I don't know.
That was a what the fuck moment.
I don't care about this category. What is this category? It's stupid. I don't know.
It's
I'm
just
just
a
gonna
category
say-
for the sake of needing to have a category.
I'm just gonna say Jacob Fatu because Jacob Fatu. There's my answer. I love you,
Right.
Solo. There you go.
Sorry, G.
I love you, Solo.
I named it.
I mean,
Ross.
I'm gonna say the R-Truth doing the calling him Champa because I just found that more funny. What the fuck than anything? Because I audibly remember me just going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and then you
laughing
just see
at
Triple
him.
H is just like stone facing.
Yeah. Triple H just looking at him like, "What are you on?" And then the fact he followed it up with like Shawn Michaels as well, and just called him like freaking, literally called him freaking. Oh, it's. So
I don't even
funny.
remember this.
I
Like,
don't
what-
mean
Yeah, so it was Johnny Gargano and Johnny Gargano
Yeah.
and Tommaso Ciampa were having their team up stuff, and there was like a segment for some Triple H showing the new belts and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
And it was Miz and R-Truth, and R-Truth was like, "I've got you all worked out, Ciampa," and points at Triple H.
Yeah,
I
that
love
wasn't a
R-Truth.
what the fuck moment. That was a funny moment.
Yeah.
I'm
love
just gonna pick R-Truth as my what the fuck moment. 'Cause he
Oh
was
yeah,
just
just
like-
R-Truth is
just
just
Yeah,
like
here
that.
last year just coming out some wild shit.
Yeah,
He was great.
100%.
Where even is he these days?
I love our truth, but fuck me, that sounds shit.
You know what the wildest thing he did last year?
What?
Followed me on TikTok and Instagram. What the hell is that?
Bro, why didn't you message him and ask him where he's at?
Yeah, where are we at though?
Could you imagine if he turned heel along with John Cena? He's
I
the
love
only
Cena.
person
He
in
was
the
broke.
faction.
I
He's
want
the
Cena
third.
to. I want Cena to give him like a beat down. I think that'd be so good.
Oh my god. Right, we've got 2 categories left.
Hmm.
Damn,
So-
got that. We're getting there.
We get
There's only 2 options for this one.
Oh,
that.
Social star of the year. Chelsea Green or Drew McIntyre?
You do realize all of the wrestlers have social medias?
Yeah.
I'll say Drew. I'll make it easier for you. There you go.
I'll say Drew because of the cat photos he posts. They're
Just
quite
throwing
good.
it out there, like you've got the biggest social media star in the world on your roster, and he's not
Literally
an option.
Logan Paul, and he's not even fucking there.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Right there, and he's not an option. Okay, I'm gonna say Drew because I don't know. I don't have X. I don't care.
I'm only saying
I'm
Drew
going to say
because
I love Drew and I love all the stuff that he does on social media. I'm going to say Chelsea because she fights back and I love reading it.
Fair.
I was gonna say I'm only saying Drew because of the most recent tweet he did where he said it was real glass. It got in my eye. Like he.
Oh,
kept
yeah.
He kept the joke.
Do you guys
funny
remember
to
the
say
Jack
it's
Perry
straight
glass
on.
incident? Oh yeah, I mean it.
The thing is,
that was fantastic.
when I read Chelsea Green's tweets, I read them as if she's saying them. You know, when she does
Yeah.
the whole. I
And
just
that's what
read
you
them
want,
like
and that's
she's
what you
doing
want.
that.
It's so good. I love her. She's fab.
Right. Final category then. We have Breakout Superstar of the Year. Bram Breaker, Lyra Valkyria, Penta, Obafemi, Julia, Tiffany Stratton, Jacob Fatu, Chelsea Green, or Stephanie Vacour. Ross,
Oh,
we will start with you.
I'm gonna get cussed out again.
Just pick her.
No, I'm gonna pick Obafemi.
Nice. Good
I am
shit.
gonna pick.
That's
No,
a good
I am
answer.
gonna. I am gonna pick Obafemi because like very much as Reese said, like that's why I didn't say on the NXT star. I wanted to put Breakout as in general because I think Obafemi has already outshined half of NXT. It's insane. This guy has only got like just over 50 matches in his belt
Ever, and that includes like house shows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like ever, and he is longest US champ. Has absolutely dominated being NXT World Champ, and just everything he did, man. Like I've loved everything, and the fact he's gone TNA and rocked it in TNA like it was no drama, like he didn't skip a beat. So yeah, like I have to say, Obafemi, it really is my breakout. I would say Stephanie for female side of things, but Obafemi still outshines it.
Nice. Reese?
Nice.
I'm just going to throw some names out there to say why the hell are they in there. Penta, first of all, he's been there for 2 months. Why is he there for breakout start of the year? First of all, it's 365 days and he's been there for 2 months. Why Penta is even there is absolute ridiculous. Like Stephanie Booker, again, ridiculous. Like she's been there, like I don't know, she's been there for a cup of tea. I don't know how you can be superstar of the year. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like I don't know, like what are we doing with these categories? It's Obafemi. It's obviously Obafemi. Like what? Like it shouldn't even be a category. It should be called the Obafemi Star of the Year.
It should just be Obafemi.
Did you not hear what he said about Stephanie Becker?
I know.
Chelsea Green in there. Chelsea, okay, she won the US title at the end of last year, but she got put in a bin like the month before. It was literally a gimmick where her gimmick was she stunk and no one wanted to stand next to her. How is she? What did you do for the rest of that year? The only other person that should be in there. Why is this not the category with only 2 people in it? It should be Obafemi or Braun Breaker. There's no one else there. No, what's he done?
He's done a fucking lot. I'll tell you that.
He looked really tough standing next to Solo and saying, "Yeah," and I mean, actually, he had the best line of the year. Let's give him the best line of the year award when he said, Damien, you might braid your hair, but don't get it twisted. Okay, I'll give you the award for that, but you've done nothing apart from that, dude. Come on. Okay, tag team title.
How the hell are you going to gloss over the fact that he said Godzilla vs. King Kong? Nah, you ain't even it because I'm both. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you're right. Let's give him
maybe out here spitting bars.
Yeah, Jacob would be spitting bars.
It's Braun Breaker or Obafemi. Braun Breaker, 2-time NXT champion, and he had a viral moment at like spearing ISO Speed out of the stratosphere.
Yeah, but has he really done anything with the IC title? Sorry, no.
Hi, Mia.
What? Yes. He had amazing matches last year with people like Sami Zayn. I'm pretty sure he had a great match with Chad Gable, Ilya Dragunov, Jay Uso. No, he didn't. He lost to Jay. That's the only one he lost to.
Yeah. He lost though.
Oh my god! And then he won it back like a month later.
Stephanie McCaw's not lost though.
Stephanie McCaw's
been there. She has to relinquish most sadly.
Literally, I think I finished my Iron Brew can in this podcast, right? And I think I took longer to drink that than she's been in the company. She should not be in this breakout superstar of the year. Maybe this year, as in when we do this again next year, she should be in it. Double champion, fantastic, amazing. Okay, cool. But not the whole of 2024 and a little bit of 2025. No.
Oh, my God.
He agrees.
Clive's like, curb stomp.
Don't move the wire. Come on.
There you go. I like winding Reese up. It's funny because man is just spitting on a rant there. I agreed with you, bro. I already said Obafemi for the exact reason.
I know. I love going on my little rants. Like some of these categories suck. Like they absolutely suck. Like what is this WTF moment of the year? I don't know what it is.
The one for me that I'm like that was not needed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's so like that one. I feel is very like what's the word? How was the Cody Rhodes like John Cena go fuck yourself not in the WTF moment of the year? Yeah, true. Derivative. That was the word I was looking for. I feel like that category is so derivative because everyone else is going to have a different what the fuck moment that isn't mentioned in those categories. Like there are going to be like as you rightfully said there, Reese, the what the fuck moment. one for me was having Sami Zayn get absolutely the pile driver that Kevin Owens did. That was a what the F for me, because like, you know, that's once again, that's their friendship, and it's gone straight back. And like KO actually tried killing him, and I'm like, they've gone savage, but they've never gone that level, and that was
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being funny, dude. The fact that Jacob Fatu can hit that moonsault perfectly every single time and never fail it is a WTF moment. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
He-
silly
he-
comedy.
Is built different.
Another one that another one that I'm surprised wasn't in the list was Drew carrying CM Punk all the way through into the ring after he beat the living hell out of him backstage. Do we not all remember
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
SmackDown opening.
I
where
do.
Drew
Hang on,
think
what
that-
about the one where The Rock beat the crap out of Cody and made him bleed?
Yeah.
Like,
How is that not in there?
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He just missed like so many in that.
But maybe that's
Odd.
actually a good thing that so many were missed, because it just goes to show we had a really good year last year in terms of content.
True.
There's so
So
many
good.
moments that they couldn't pick the actual good ones. They picked the shit ones.
So good. They had such a great year last year. They decided to pick every bad moment and miss out the good one.
Yep.
So good. Love it. Maybe the Bronson Reed, like Tsunami and
Why couldn't,
Thingy.
he's not a breakout star of the year. That's my pick.
that should be in the what the fuck moment.
Mm.
What the fuck?
No, my
Yeah.
pick. He's not in the category, but I'm going to go Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't pick yours yet. Sorry.
I
Yeah,
haven't
that is my
mind
pick.
either.
That is my pick. I don't know why he's not in it. That makes no sense.
Well, I mean, because he's been there for 3 years, but you know.
No, but like he had a really good 2024 and broke out and just tsunami to fuck ton of people, and then all you hear is Wade go tsunami.
Tsunami. Yeah.
That sounded like Mr. Bean.
Game Tsunami. I don't know what's happening anymore.
What's happening right there? I think that's Iron Bruce just gone straight to your head.
Yeah, Ramin.
Anyway, who's still to give the pick on this category?
Jay.
Me.
All right,
Great
who's pick, G?
I'm picking Jacob Fatu.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
cool.
shout.
All brakes, no gas.
That's
I'm
not how
joking.
the
I
saying
love-
goes.
I love Jacob Fatu. I predict
I
a
think
lot
he's
of good
come
things.
in and just like gone from 0 to 100 so fast, and it's great.
Do you know why that is? Because he's all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Wow. Someone should put that on a t-shirt.
I thought you were going to say, wow, great observation. And I was going to be like, fuck off.
I'm not that sarcastic.
Are you
my God.
sure about that?
Yeah.
Very sure. Very sure. Yeah.
I think we need to end this now because this is getting too much.
No, I think we should keep going for like another hour and a half.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's pick some more slammies ourselves. Let's pick who's got the greatest hair in WWE
Booker
right
of the
now.
year.
Man,
Hair of the
Best
year.
theme, best theme song
Tattoo,
of the year.
worst tattoo of the year.
Cody
Best-
Rhodes for sure.
Best
There you go.
daily
Pick
of the
one.
year.
what?
Best general manager. That's not even on one. And
Pick
that's
GM of the year. Okay.
Yeah.
So the categories are. So the categories are for GM of the year: Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, definitely not Ava because she sucks at general manager.
And that's actually
Leave her
written
alone.
on the form as well.
Yeah.
I
So-
gotta go to Nick Aldis.
Hair of the year. Hair of the year. I'm going to go for Selena Vega. A lovely
Mm.
like little wig that she's got on there. It's very nice. Very colourful. I love it.
What about promo of the year? That's not on there.
Promo of the
Yeah.
year's not on there either. John Cena absolutely taking Cody Rhodes and throwing him in a smoker for 8
cooked
hours.
him. He cooked.
I would
Cody Rhodes.
probably pick Naomi's backstage vignette from last week.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah.
that
was
was so good. That was
was
so
good.
good.
That
I
is a
loved
good
that.
one.
That was
I'm
very
actually gonna. I'm gonna do Jacob Fatu's one against Damien Priest. I'm sorry, that still holds strong for me. That was one.
Oh
of
yeah,
my
that one is good.
Yeah. You may
I
braid
did
your
like that
head,
one.
but don't get it twisted. Is the hardest line I've heard in a promo in a while.
How did Damien not crack when he heard that line?
Exactly.
It's like,
He was definitely
Yeah.
trying to crack him when he said that line.
100%.
be like, you know what? Can't come back from that, can I?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. For real. That one was funny though as well. Earlier this year when all the Judgment Day was lifting up their titles and R-Truth was there in the background. Like with his.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a
That was
legend.
funny. He's like, I brought the
Yes,
tag
he
team
should be a
titles
great
back to the
legend.
Judgment Day.
That's I
Uh,
don't even.
Can you believe that was only a year ago? That felt longer.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Insane.
It's really weird. Like this time last year, like the R-Truth trying to get in the Judgment Day angle was still going on.
True.
It's mad to think that WrestleMania is literally a few weeks away again.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I know, it's weird.
It's all like even just outside of wrestling alone, it's crazy to think that we are already in the month of April.
We are
Like
a
I
quarter of the way
genuinely
through the
feel like yesterday was the 1st of January.
We are a quarter of the way through the year already.
I just want to throw out there as well that we had our 2-year anniversary as a channel and a podcast about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We did.
That's crazy, dude. That's weird to think about. That's really weird to think about.
That's
Honestly,
crazy.
we've been doing this for a long
And you
time.
need to give me a birthday cake on my birthday to celebrate my birthday.
Birthday.
Our birthday.
On my birthday.
Right.
My
If nobody else has got anything else they want to talk about, shall we wrap this up?
Oh, I've got lots to talk about, but you guys don't want to hear it.
Unfortunately, your name's not Cody Rhodes, so we can't fit it in.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I'll keep some content for next week.
Well, yeah, let's keep in the content. Yeah, let's just have a general chit chat. If we want to throw another couple of videos out there, do you want me to wrap up?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Before I do wrap up, I do just want to give a quick shout out to Brody King and the Murderhawk monster, Lance Archer, for AEW Dynamite. That was on last night. What an absolutely amazing match them two had. That was a really cool match. Just go watch Monday Night Raw in general because Penta put on an absolute show. It was really cool. AEW Dynamite, Ross, are you excited for that coming up this weekend?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you already know. I'm keeping up with it. So the Swerve vs. Moxley story angle has been perfection.
Oh, dude, that mixed tag team match just to kick off Dynamite was great, man.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And the segment with Hangman backstage where Swerve literally said, I know, and it completely stopped Hangman.
Yeah, I love that. That
good
was great.
storytelling.
Match of the night, I predict probably going to be the triple threat, Omega, Speedball, and Ricochet.
Yeah, that's going to be sick. Yeah.
100%. That's probably going to be matching that. I am excited for Ospreay versus Kevin Knight, though. That guy, I've not seen him before, but he's very impressive.
Wait, you've never watched a Kevin Knight match?
No, that was the first match I've ever seen of him.
Yeah, he's a New Japan guy. He used to tag team with Kushida when Kushida went back to Japan. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, he's amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne. That's going to be a good match. But yeah, AEW Dynasty. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out SmackDown. But for now, guys, I hope you've had a great time watching us just talk absolute nonsense about the Slammy Awards, the nonsense including some of the categories. I hope you've liked the video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss one of our videos. You also need to click the bell button. Go follow us on X, Instagram, and on TikTok at Outcasted OC if you want to see more content. Obviously, our individual links will be in the description down below. I have been Reese. That has been Ross. That has been G. And that has been Cut. Thank you again. We are all back together, reunited, and it feels so good. See you next week. Peace out. I am so good at outros.
Metal!
Metal!